He's undoing my belt. I'm reaching into his bedside drawer for a
An 11-year-old reading about gay adult material is not prideful. Grown men dancing provocatively in front of 3- and 4-year-olds is not prideful.
Held on tight.
An 11-year-old screaming in pain because they are receiving puberty blockers because they don't like how they feel is not prideful.
Dennis Hannon of New York says a court stripped him of custody after he objected to his son's gender transition.
Losing custody of your child because you don't want to transition it because they're a minor is not prideful.
Trans members of this family all love each other so proudly.
In Blue's Clues, talking about transgender beavers is not prideful. None of this is prideful, and it's not just the corporations that have noticed this, it's also you and I. The people sick and tired of seeing this stuff non-stop. And let it be known that this does not make us hateful, bigoted, or homophobic for simply having these nuanced thoughts. Quite frankly, we've seen a sharp rise in lesbian, gay, and bisexual people, not the TQ+, the LGB, that are calling out this behavior and just want to be seen and treated as normal. And not normal in the sense of confining myself to a set box and only obeying to set rules and how I should be acting and my mannerisms. No, just normal in the sense of just being treated just like anybody else. Not all eyes on me, not pushing all this stuff on children or being in the TV shows and the drag in the elementary schools, like none of that. Especially not partaking in the nonsense that has become Pride Month. Because what used to be a month, for the most part, was just a month celebrating love and equality and unity, has just evolved into a Who Wears the Least parade, featuring ridiculous things being acted out in front of minors. At that, these parades were it's spreading initiatives, spreading awareness, and raising money for all the things that we talked about again in this intro. Pride Month this year, 2025, has been very different, I feel like. And in this video, we're going to go through what exactly has changed and a couple of different perspectives from other people talking about Pride Month as well. So if you like this kind of content, be sure to subscribe. And without further ado, let's just dive right into this video.
As Pride Month kicks off across the country, several big companies are reconsidering their sponsorships of LGBTQ plus events. According to the Associated Press, San Francisco Pride and Kansas City, Missouri Pride are both facing $200,000 budget gaps.
Damn. So look at all that money of all these major corporations pulling out of Pride Parades this year. What we've seen the last couple of years is just each Pride Parade seemed to just be getting more chaotic, more profane, and there was just a lot of controversy surrounding anything remotely gay. And if you guys remember, for a while, especially before 2020, 2021, it was fine. A lot of things, like the Pride Parades came and went, like Pride Month was there, it wasn't that big of a deal, it wasn't that mainstream. But it's like as soon as the LGBTQ community started acting out of pocket and all these conversations about the trans community, the drag queens, really the TQ plus and all this extra like queerness and pronouns and this and that, that's when things hit the fan. And to me, in large part, it has to do with the money, because a nonprofit's main goal should be to dissolve itself. It should be to just wipe the problem away, focus on the problem, and then leave. And yes, I think gay rights are important. Obviously, I want my rights. I want to be treated like any other citizen in the United States. But we pretty much were there. Like after gay marriage, there were a few little things we needed to work out. But for the most part, the LGBT community was fine. We were chilling. But then that's really when the TQ plus started swooping in, this huge umbrella, and opened up these nonprofits to focus on them and leaving the gays behind. Because the left, like the whole like LGBTQ community, they're telling us, okay, sexuality and gender are different. So if they're different, why are we so lumped in together? Why not focus on sexuality, biology, the LGB, and then leave expression and gender, whatever you want to call it, the TQ plus, its own thing. But now because you lumped it together, you've created this huge monolith of the LGBTQIA plus community. You're so far removed from the lesbian, the gays, and the bis to where a lot of them at this point don't even want to be associated with the LGBTQ community at large. Like I can only imagine coming out in today's day and age and not aligning politically with the left. I'd be like not wanting to come out. Like yes, it's safer, it's more fine for me to come out in this day and age, but it also has such a stigma now, is where it's just like I don't want to be associated with this crazy community because of the things that it advocates for and pushes for. And not only do the same way these companies are pulling out because they don't want to be front facing for all the things the LGBTQ community is pushing for, is the same way I don't want to be involved with it either just because I'm gay. I get it. As a gay man, there are unique things that I've gone through, that I've battled mentally, especially growing up with like dating and all that. And there's like a lot of relatable things that, you know, gays can talk about. But for one, I don't need an entire month for that in 2025. I genuinely don't. Two, just because I sleep with a man doesn't mean I automatically agree with and push for and advocate for everything that is going on at pride parades. And then three, the community is beefing with itself because there is a rise of gay people now being called transphobic because they don't acknowledge trans men as man. This community wants to throw out trans women are women, trans men are men. Nope, they're not. They're trans for a reason. If you were said thing, you would have just been born said thing. So if that's the case, what are you transitioning from? It doesn't make sense and it doesn't add up. If I'm a gay man that doesn't like cooter cat, why would I go purring around looking for some? That don't make no damn sense. But now, if you're gay, you're getting exiled because you're getting called transphobic for not wanting to be with someone who has a vagina, even are identifying as a gay man. It's mental gymnastics, you guys. It really is. And the companies don't want any part of it anymore. They're tired of it. They're sick of it. They're tired of all the backlash. And I feel like the backlash is rightfully so and due because of how the gays have been acting the last couple of years.
To major corporate donors dropping out. In Kansas City, that represents half of its annual budget. In St. Louis, Missouri, Pride organizers are down $150,000 after Budweiser, Brewer, Anheuser-Busch ended its sponsorship.
Which I'm sure Budweiser pulled out. Is Budweiser Bud Light? That's a good ass question. Okay, they both are produced by Anheuser-Busch. Budweiser is a classic American style lager, while Bud Light is a lighter body, lower calorie version of Budweiser. Okay, it's Bud Light. Okay, yeah, they definitely pulled out because of that whole Dylan Mulvaney situation, and that was a whole ordeal, you guys. And it sent the stocks going crazy, sent the prices going crazy. No one was really buying or supporting the beer company because they sent it to the trans content creator Dylan Mulvaney, of which I feel like it would have been fine. Nobody like Dylan Mulvaney wouldn't be getting and garnering that much attention if they weren't advocating like on behalf, like Dylan was invited to the White House by Biden to speak for women, even though they were just a man a year ago. Things like that. When you're speaking on behalf of biological women and then you're advocating for children to transition, you're going to get attention because you have a whole platform. But I will tell you now, there are a plethora of trans content creators that we just don't talk about because they mind their business. And I feel like if you mind in totality, if you left the biological women alone and you left the children alone, a lot of this wouldn't even be an issue, wouldn't even be a problem.
Officially a day into Pride Month, and where are the logos? Where are the rainbow logos? I mean, we all knew this was coming. The articles were basically coming out saying that these corporate sponsors of Pride have backed out left and right. And it's always been just a fraud to begin with. It's been about the money, and it's been about social clout.
These companies didn't change their logos at all. They weren't really pushing a lot of gay material and gay content out there, I think, because everybody's tired of it. And even the people that support Pride Month we're getting tired of all like the corporate sponsors and just how like memey it had become. Like become a joke. Like, oh shit, here comes June 1st and then boom, rainbows. And it felt fake in the sense of like, we're only supporting you in the month of June because we know it's a huge cash grab for us. Specifically regarding the LGBT community, we're pretty much good, and I don't feel like we need an entire month to celebrate that. Same with being Black. In 2025, I'm good at being a Black gay man, and I don't think we need these huge months to really focus in on that. Just rope it in as a part of American history now that we're past it and keep it going. But off the rip, there's a lot of people out there that just knew and felt how fraudulent all these companies were, especially the ones that weren't standing on business. So you mean, okay, you're telling me you're going to change your logo to rainbows in June in the United States, but not in the Middle East where it actually matters. The gays are good here. We're fine in the States, but you don't want to have that same energy and push and support for gay people where they need it? Little sus.
I think you're going to see a lot of people who celebrate Pride basically being like, yeah, get them out of here, whatever. We didn't want them in the first place. But I want to just emphasize that this is a dangerous, dangerous culture shift. It should serve as a reminder that our rights, while seemingly solid, are always on the pinprick of being let go. I don't want anyone to take this to think that like, oh, corporate pride has to exist. I want people to realize that this is a symbol of the direction that the political pendulum is swinging.
That's valid. I will give you that it is a signal that, hey, people are tired of gays. But as a gay person that's been watching this and talking about this, I always go back to the meme because it's the only way I can really relay this that's like relatable for a lot of people. There's a difference between a gay person and a South Park has talked about it. Family Guy has talked about it. It's a meme. Like, you get it. You just get it. There's a difference between a regular gay person and and it's the that people are very upset at. It is this outlandish behavior. Everything we've gone through in the intro, that's what people, I really feel like that's what people are tired of. But because you wrapped it all under this umbrella term, the LGBTQIA plus community, and this ever-changing flag, you screwed yourself over. Is now no one wants to be regarded with the rainbows in the LGBTQ plus community because of that reason. Whereas if I feel like if it was separated from the jump and you just had the LGB and then the TQ plus, everybody would be pissed at the TQ plus because the gays were fine for a hot minute, you guys. We were chilling. It was cool. Even, honestly, even I would say some of the trans community too, because you had tomboys and tomgirls, cross-dressers. No one cared. It's been fine. It has been fine. But the second, especially with TikTok, the second got all these people coming out the woodworks demanding to be called certain names, saying that they get periods, running in the bathrooms, running in the sports, running in elementary schools, doing stuff in children, inviting children to bars. That's when everyone said, full stop, we're not doing this. We're not having this anymore. And it's because of those reasons. And that's why this channel, I've been so vocal about these gay issues, because as a gay man, I still want to be respected. I still want people to have the right to get married. I still want to be seen as just like a regular, like, tax-paying, supporting citizen of this society. I do. And I've acknowledged this curve of like, you know, gay support is on a decline, but really TQ plus support's on decline. Again, the gays were chilling. No one really cares about gay people. They don't. But it's this left-wing mindset. And I hate to pit it against each other, like left versus right. Hate to do that when I do it. Is it the fact of the matter that, yes, are there some right-leaning people that do not like gay people at all? Yes. I've come across them. They exist. They're there. I get it. But what's weird to me is on the left, if you don't follow this cult-like mentality, you are kicked out and shunned out the community. You're a self-hating gay, you're homophobic, this and that, just for having a nuanced and open opinion, which is so crazy to me, given that this is the party of love, inclusivity, and positivity, and you're acting like everything but. It's like you're not allowed to challenge anything or even show an opposing view. I'm being told, we're all being told left and right, Trump is homophobic. Trump is homophobic. Why does he have gay weddings at his house? Why is he hiring all these gay people? You can say it's for a grift all day long. You can say it's for the vote all day long, but why would a homophobic person do all that and go that far? It logistically does not make sense. And I truly think the support that more center and Republican people give and are giving to sane, rational, just regular schmegular gay people out there is highlighting and showing like, there is a overarching, like, people are sick of the LGBTQ community, but because it's in that umbrella, it's clear that it's directed towards the TQ plus.
A reminder that when it does swing back, because it will, they always swings in both directions. It never stays in one place. That when it does swing back, that when these corporations do put up those rainbow logos in 2020, whatever, in 2030, whatever, to be aware, they will drop them if they think it's going to be good for their bottom line.
That's valid. And I don't know if it's fair to say that this social phenomenon is going to be a pendulum swing, because this is the first time we just got the right to get married, like in 2013, 2014. We're still new here to the party. Hello. It swung so far to the left where now it's getting rolled back. And I feel like we're in a good centerish spot where, like, gays are fine. We're existing. We're chill. And I truly think if we left them damn sports alone, leave them kids alone, and stop all this profanity stuff and stop all this like weird stuff that we're doing out in public, the gays are chilling and we're coasting by. I truly feel that. When I noticed these companies were dropping the logos, I was like, this is, to me, I did get that a little alarm bell, like, it is kind of sus, like everyone's just like F everything gay or anybody gay. But I also was kind of happy about it that maybe we're just going to swing and stop back to normalcy and just keep it going. Like, acknowledge gay people like Tiffany Jewelry. They aren't funding, I believe they aren't funding New York Pride Parade, but they acknowledge like, hey, we're not just focusing on Pride just in June. Pride is every day, every year. I can get behind that. Just acknowledge that we exist, acknowledge that we're here. Don't do the most and we're good. You do have some of these gay people out here more concerned about a company dropping a rainbow logo when instead Instead, they need to be more concerned about all their private data being leaked and sold online, including yours. Because thanks to today's sponsor, Aura, I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about that annoying spam text. They tell me when my information is found somewhere online. I don't have to worry about my identity being stolen. They tell me, hey, anything regarding your identity, this is where it's popping up, here's what's good. Like when I switched banks, they hit me up immediately like, hey, was this you good, what's popping? Which I genuinely appreciate, because it is concerning how much of our private information is out there online being bought and sold every single second. This is the thing, because these data brokers are able to skim the internet, find all your information, and they can sell it for profit. However, with Aura, this all comes to an end. It's a service that protects all of your information, and it honestly does the work of a lot of different apps in one. Some people prefer apps that are dedicated to one thing, and others prefer a whole suite of tools, and that is Aura. Not only do they do their reaching out to these data brokers to remove your information, because they make it incredibly hard to do so, but just let Aura handle that for you. They offer spam call protection, identity theft protection, financial fraud protection, it's a VPN, it's a password manager. It does the work of so much in one app that is nationally recognized and respected. It's digital protection for everything that matters online, and given that my life is online, I am more than thankful that Aura has not just my back, but yours too. It's easy to use, it's sleek, and it's a one-stop shop that I know a lot of people are out there looking for. So either you can continue to let people exploit and profit off your private information, or you can go to aura.com, aura.com/Amir to start your 2-week free trial, which you also can access using the link below or scanning the QR code here on the screen.
I just walked into Target and look what there is. USA on June 1st.
I've seen this even at my own Target. They pushed all the gay stuff to the back, and in the front they brought up on this like USA 4th of July material, which honestly makes a lot of sense to me. I didn't like walking into these stores. It's a store, you can do what you want to do, but it's clear the market did not like it. There's no point to have this huge old pride display at the front of the store that's just filled with just like gay sayings and trans swimwear and just extra stuff. I never liked it. I never identified with it. And I think that's what frustrated me the most, is they're trying to reach a demographic. Oh, we need to get to gay people. Not all gay people like that stuff, okay? Some people do. You can still get it. It's just in the back. But the average person is just sick and tired of seeing this damn rainbow everywhere and all this gay stuff. And they don't need it, and they don't want it, and they don't like it, mainly because of what it supports. Before, when it supported inclusivity and equality, like in the very beginnings, when companies started donating to these pride parades and changing their logos, it was sweet. And honestly, I can see the vision for it. It was like an identifier of like, hey, we have a gay logo here, and we're letting you know that it's okay to be gay here. We're letting you know that, yes, again, we just had the right to get married 10 years ago. So these companies having these, the gay sponsors and having the rainbow logo, it was nice seeing like, okay, I know we're good here. I know I'm not gonna be judged. I know they support me, whatever it may be. But because it transformed from, hey, we're supporting just regular gay people, to, hey, we're also supporting the right to transition your children, have drag queens read to your students, and just the onslaught of insanity, now people are pulling away and pulling out from it. So it makes total sense why they were doing that, and honestly, I don't even blame Target for doing so.
Hi, I'm gay, and I don't like Pride Month. Let's talk about it. Oh, and before anybody says, oh, you can't be gay and be against these things, sure I can, and I am, and I will continue to be. Case in point, let's talk about it. Pride has become nothing more than a way to monetize my sexuality. These multi-billion-dollar corporations that are out here with their mascots wearing rainbow wigs right now and saying like, we love gay people. Well, what about the other 330 some odd days of the year when I'm still gay and have no representation? Nor do I need it. That's what I want to drill home.
Yes.
What about your gay employees that you treat like shit? Or what about, I don't know, the rest of the gay community that continues to be gay every single day of the year? We get 1 month. We get a month. Give you that. But to exploit it for profit and then to discard it as soon as July 1st comes, it's gone. As
soon as July 1st hit, all the rainbows are gone. All the messaging was gone. It was back to normal. We're here. We're now. Like, the gays had their month, kick them to the curb, and we're good now. When that's not what represents me, that's not what I'm asking for, and that's not what I want.
No more gay. Gay away. Bye. Tell me I'm wrong here. But the other problem with Pride is that there is a time and a place for everything, and I don't believe that is where our children should be, because hear me out. When your Pride parade has grown men dressed up as puppy dogs and in leather and other kink fetish gear and you're marketing this towards families and children. That is just fucking weird.
That was a big thing too. This divide of like, okay, well, we're sorry. This is going to be a family-friendly Pride event. I know they're out there. I know in a smaller city, it's been fine, peaches and cream. Nothing weird went down. It was just a family-friendly Pride parade, and they kept it pushing. And it was like OG, like 2008, 9, 10 type of vibe. But you ruin it for everybody. When you're a big city, like if you're Colorado or New York, LA, San Francisco, and you say, this is a all-inclusive, or even Nashville Pride. They had a little section, but it wasn't much. When you have a whole Pride parade marketed as family-friendly, the second you see something not family-friendly, ruins it for everything. People don't play about their children. They don't. And you get fines for this. If you market a movie as G-rated, but for 10 seconds, there's a profane sex scene, you're getting fined. That movie's supposed to be rated R. Not even that, probably like the MA, rated mature, I think, whatever it may be. But like, you can't get away with stuff like that. And that's what these Pride parades were doing, saying, oh, it's family friendly. And then you got somebody naked in front of children. You can't do that. And stuff like that ruined the whole thing.
Why do you expect me to go out, or anybody to go out, and just be gay? Like, it's not a personality trait. This is what I'm sick of as a gay person, is that other gay people make it their entire mentalities. And
that's the thing too, especially that happened to me when I came out the closet, when I was outed. When I was out, I flew out because I thought because I was gay, I had to be quote unquote gay. I had to, download Grindr and see what it's like. I had to study up on RuPaul's Drag Queen, had to wear all the rainbows, had to just, change my inflection, but change my voice a ton or do all that craziness. Hey girl, hey, like, no. When I first came out, I thought I had to be that because I just was envisioned that's just what gay is. When in reality, like dude said, being gay is like having an elbow. There's some dudes that like dudes, some girls that like girls, some people that like both, and we just keep it pushing. And we should just keep it pushing and just do that as it is. And you can do what you want to do, and if that is your personality, like so be it. But it is weird to me how you're talking about, oh, well, we're gay, we're different, we're diverse. You're all a bunch of copy and paste twinks. Like, it is what it is. A clones. You walk into a gay bar, it's like, oh my gosh, everybody's the same. Everybody does the same thing. Everybody acts the same way. It's very peculiar. It honestly is. And it's so strange to the point where now, like, DL, I feel like DL, like down low, DL used to be like down low, like in the closet gay dude. But now there's so many like people that just identify as DL. They're out, but they're DL in the sense of like, it's not their personality. It's just them. And we need more of that. Like, just be you. If you want to be loud and flamboyant, do you. That's your prerogative, but you don't have to be that. You can just be you. You can just exist. That's totally fine.
The hate that you see on social media regarding Pride Month is the reason why Pride Month is so important. I should have made a video like this years ago because every single year, the hate around Pride Month on social media is just insane. Go look at the NFL, MLB, NBA, the major accounts, and then go to your favorite team's accounts. Look at their Pride post that they uploaded today and go to the comments. It's going to be disgusting.
It's disgusting because there's no need for it. It's disgusting because of you have a team saying, oh, happy Pride Month. And then also the people behind the Pride at large, the mainstream gay community, the mainstream Pride parades are pushing and promoting all the degeneracy that we've talked about in the beginning of this video. That's why. It's a little misguided. And at that, for what reason and why does a sports team need to highlight, oh, yay, gay Pride Month? Focus on football. We don't need to insert or shout our dominance or shout our awareness in every single corner of the United States and all these brands and what we do. We're past that. Like I said before, the gays have been fine and we are fine.
Because it's not a big deal to you doesn't mean it isn't a big deal to other people. Take a second, pause the video and look at this chart.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about before. We just got the right to get married. Like, this is all a recent thing. So I can understand from the beginning and back then, highlighting, yes, equality, supporting gay people. Like, yes, we're here nowadays in this day and age, but the community has been hijacked by the TQ+. And you can tell it's been hijacked with how much has changed. It used to be the LGBT. Where'd the Q come from? The plus come from? The LGBTQIA, ABCD, LGHD, TV, Skittle Squad, Rainbow Mafia community come from? Where? It used to be a basic flag. It used to be the rainbow. It used to be the rainbow flag. But now we got triangles, colors, black people involved in it, the trans people involved in it. You got all these different things. You done extended all the letters. It's different now. It's different. We can acknowledge, okay, what has changed? Yeah, the hate has changed, but also the community has changed, and it's changed together. And I think they're correlated. I know correlation does not equal causation, but damn, for a hot minute, the gays were fine. TQ plus rolled around, boom, everybody hates the gays. It just is what it is.
This chart really puts into perspective how recent it was that gay marriage was legalized in America. Like, look at all of these years. This is 10, 11, 12 years ago. The first state to legalize gay marriage was Massachusetts, and that was in 2004. So if you were born before 2004, it was illegal in all 50 states to get married if you were gay before 2004. It's crazy. And if you look in the comments too, it's going to be a lot of stuff about military. Well, why isn't there a military appreciation month? We should spend more time dedicated to the veterans. And I don't disagree with that at all. I think that we do need to take more time out than a couple of days to respect our veterans, those people who fight, and those people who've died in war. I don't disagree with you. So May is Military Appreciation Month, but companies and sports teams, they don't rally around it like they do Pride Month. And I think that's why people get so upset.
Yes, especially like for the Target stuff. Like Target would have a little section for military or for like Memorial Day, but then all of a sudden, huge pride display. We do need to celebrate our military more, and I like how he's highlighting this, but I don't think that's the only reason why. There's a lot more to the story, again, with the community changing.
Pin it onto these people in the LGBTQ plus community for, getting a whole month. It's not their fault that Pride Month is a thing, and you don't need to put them down to uplift the military or something else, right? They can coexist just like everything else in the world. And I'll tell you this, I'm a straight man. But my sister is a lesbian, and this really hits home for me. I'm disgusted every year. And you might not think it's not important because you're not gay, and that's not true. Let's look at the Trevor Project.
The Trevor Project was a company and org that I honestly loved growing up. It was resourceful, it was cool, but now it advocates for the mutilation of minors. So now I'm like 110% against it. I don't know what to tell you. It's changed. These organizations went from just supporting and focusing on gay community, LGB, the OG flag. That's what it was really about. The OG flag, and a little bit of the T, LGBT community. And now it's a whole new flag, new colors, all this extension that I don't vibe with and don't get.
Young people that identify in the LGBTQ plus community are 4 times more likely to attempt suicide than their peers.
You know how much this data is skewed because the LGBTQ plus community is so damn big and they have nothing to do with each other. You can't even look at these statistics and pull something out of it because the LGB is different than the TQ plus, and that plus includes a plethora of crazy things. I'd argue that the TQ plus is mainly mental illness. Now, I've been through my battles. I've been through conversion therapy. I've been meetings with the pastors. I've done the whole up and down. I've, tried to have my story about that. So I get it. And part of that was due because I was gay and I didn't like it. And we'll get into that in another video. And even then, I'm aware of people, especially more on the right, who are in the closet and who are gay and can't come out because their parents or they're going to get kicked out. Like I knew people who would get honestly kicked out of their home for being gay. So that does exist. I can acknowledge and agree with, yes, gays can be more likely to commit, but damn, this is so skewed. Like you're saying, LGBTQ plus young people are more than 4 times as likely to attempt suicide than their peers. Let's break that down real quick. You're saying they're more likely, but you also change, like the communities change. So like, because you've tacked on the Q and the I and the A and the plus, that number has increased. So like, you're not even looking at what that community used to be. Like the statistic doesn't even, I can't even trust it. I can't.
And that looks like 1.8 million people ages 13 to 24 who seriously consider it. This is the reason we have Pride Month, guys. Whether you're gay, whether you disagree with it, it doesn't affect your life whatsoever. I don't know why people get so caught up on what other people are doing.
It's not just about that though. Pride Month has never been just about that. If you go, you'll see the most profane and insane things. And that's what people just don't like. And for all the gay people out there, it will specifically the LGB that are, have these deep, dark thoughts. You don't have to have that mindset. We're good here in America. I get things can be a little sketchy and scary, but damn, we're good. But when it comes to that, the TQ plus, yeah, that rate's skyrocketing because they're already dealing with mental illnesses. If you're sitting here telling a kid, you literally have doctors telling kids, oh, Yeah, like we know those rates are higher. Like if you don't transition, you might end up doing it later. Like that's crazy to me. It is. You're talking about life-changing decisions, chopping off body parts for minors, and they grow up and they want. Hello. It is clear, it is evident when it comes to how the LGBTQ plus community is viewed in 2025. In large part, it is due to our involvement with women, children, and public display.
Transgender rights, gay rights, anything like that. If you don't want to do that, right? If you don't want to marry somebody of the same sex, or if you don't want to transition, don't do it. Mind your own fucking business. But don't be ignorant and act like that it doesn't exist. Putting other people down on social media, being disgusting on sports posts and stuff like that, all it does is make those numbers higher. Once you grow up and you go out into the world and you start to meet more and more gay people, you understand that their lives are not as easy as ours being straight. I saw it firsthand. My sister's a lesbian. She's in her mid-20s, and it hasn't been easy. There's been bumps in the road.
But not every lesbian's the same. Not every gay person is the same. You can't just say like it's a blanket statement. Well, I've seen it. It's bad. So it's bad for every single lesbian out there. No, it depends on the personality. It depends how they actually are. Because for me, ever since I just like decided I'm Amir, I have my extra flamboyant sides. I don't hide that. I don't suppress it. But I'm just like myself. I don't deal with any hate at all. It's chill being gay. But when you're marching in Disney bathrooms, yeah, you're gonna get hate on. When you're saying I deserve a right as a biological man to be in this locker room with women and then compete against them, yes, you're going to get hate. When you're advocating for custody to be stripped from parents because they don't want to transition their kids, yeah, you're gonna get hate. When you're pushing to allow lewd, like adult content books in middle schools, yeah, you're going to get hate, especially when those said people are wrapping it in a bow titled the LGBTQ plus community. So no, this guy's very sweet. And as a straight person, I understand like he's trying to be an ally. He's trying to like, stick up for his sister and gay people in general. But it's a little misguided because you're not thinking about the other side and how everything else comes together with this. There's way more to it, and it's not this simple.
June is Pride Month, and my wife and I don't celebrate it, so let's talk about it. We started noticing a shift like 10 years ago with the whole LGBTQ thing, and having to explain to our then underaged daughter what it meant for people to be walked on leashes and their fetishes being on display. We felt this is not an environment for children. We made the decision, we're never going back to Pride. COVID made it better because they didn't have the Pride Fest, but it was heartbreaking to our then, 10, 15-year-old. It's heartbreaking for her because she loves rainbows and she's on the special needs spectrum. And to her, she just loves all the colors. We had to help her understand in just a very basic common sense way of why we could no longer go to those, because it was very uncomfortable for her to see naked adults walking around, even if you just had a little pasty on.
Yeah, it's literally a who wears the least parade, to the point where you literally have just like regular schmegular gay people. Like, I can't go. Like, as a gay person, it's supposed to be for me. I can't even go because now I'm uncomfortable because of what these people are doing there. And even Nashville had a kid-friendly zone where only like parents and their children were allowed in there, and it was like family-friendly supposedly, but you can't do that. If the whole thing is family-friendly, then have a kid zone. I feel like it would have to be the opposite, where this is for kids and the rest is 18 plus, but that wasn't the case.
But you can't take an entire society and put everybody in the same lump and assume that if you don't like Pride Month, then you're a bigot, or if you don't like this, then you're this. It's got to change. Pride Month to my wife and I means nothing to us now, because that group of people, including very dear friends of mine, have left my wife and I behind. So happy June. Glad that it's summer, but not happy Pride Month.
That's way too valid, because you take this large group of people and drum it down to, the LGBTQ community in Pride Month. And if you're against, like, you don't even like Pride Month, or you don't like something, you don't like it all, it's a little insane to me. And it's a little bit of a you problem if you still think this way, that we're just so down and out as gay people, as if there aren't gay people across the world right now being thrown off rooftops. Let's keep it real here. And that's why no one cares about Pride Month anymore. It's gone down the drain. Like, we've heard from a lot of different gay people and some straight allies, I guess, about their differing opinions on Pride Month. But in totality, as a gay person in America, and I know there's a lot of supporters out there who watch my content who are gay as well, and to agree with me, we've spoken on this in comments below, a lot of it has to do with just the insanity that has become the modern day LGBT plus community. When from the jump, if we would have left the women and children alone and stopped being so demanding, stop trying to pass wild laws, stop yelling at people and being disrespectful and doing the most in public, the gay community would be fine. We would be fine. There probably still would be a pride parade because it was just, this is just a month to celebrate how unified this country is and loving and support, to just degeneracy and a reason to like wear nothing. I remember having friends like late in high school, so I'm like, oh, we're gonna go to Pride, and what's your Pride outfit? If you just Google Pride outfits, they're all skimpy, they're all nothing. It's just pasties and G-string and this and that. And I get it, you want to be prideful in your sexuality and your freedom and your body, but what good is that doing in front of children? And then the same people fighting and saying that it's family friendly when it's not. You ruin it for everybody. Again, that movie example. If I make a movie and I say it's G and there's a 2 to 5 second scene of full nudity, boom, it's jumping up to rated MA+. This is how it is. And then I'd be getting a huge fine for doing that and sneaking something in the film. I would be getting fined for that. And I feel like the same thing should just be happening for these damn parades. Like, if this is 18 and plus, then like, so be it. Probably wouldn't even have an issue with that. But hell, you say it's family friendly and you out here twerking, dipping, and dancing in front of somebody's little child. What do you expect to happen? So let me know in the comments below your thoughts. Have you felt like Pride has been a little bit different this last June? And did you even see anything with the parades that big around you? To me, it's been very chill and I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed June. That's what I've enjoyed. But let me know in the comments below your thoughts. Are you someone that agrees with this analysis that is mainly just due to like pretty much the TQ plus and how they kind of invaded the community and never been so loud about it? Or do you see something different? What's your side? Let me know in the comments below. Let's all talk about it. And as always, I am more than thankful for your support on this channel, spending time with me watching this video. I don't take your time for granted. So seriously, I really do appreciate you being here and sticking around, especially to the end. If you like this kind of content, it helps the channel a ton to like and subscribe. It means the world to me. I cannot believe we're at almost 630,000 subscribers, I believe, which is just, I can't, you guys, mind-blowing. So mind-blowing. And as always, I hope you know that as long as you focus on you and only you lock in tunnel vision, you can become the person of your dreams and do what you want to do with your life. But really, it starts with your mindset and having a positive outlook on life. Because truly, your thoughts can become a reality. Your reality really is your personality. And if you start to look for more positive things, you act more positive, you're surrounded by good people, you have a good plan for your life, 9 out of 10 is gonna work out for you. There's gonna be little bumps in the road, but that's life. That's expected. So keep your head up. Recognize it's called going through it for a reason. You're not stuck there. You're going to survive, and you can keep on pushing through. So with that being said, my name is Amir Odom, and I appreciate y'all being here, and I'll see you in the next video. Deuces.